I'm Virginia Jacko. I'm the president and CEO of the Miami Lighthouse for the Blind. I became blind through a degenerative disease, and never in a million years, when I had my eyesight, did I think I'd have a guide dog. And what a gift it is. When the harness is on, that means he's working. And that means you don't go to the bathroom, you don't eat something, you just listen to my commands. So you noticed as I was walking down the hallway, I started to point like that and say, right, right, right. And what I was telling him is, I want to turn right. And then he looked for an opening, the door, and when he turned, I knew that was my door. Now I'm going to walk up these stairs to my apartment because I'm on the second floor and it's easier than taking the elevator. See, he stopped at these steps. Forward, Chaka. Forward. So I would have known there's steps there because he stopped, and then I feel with my foot. Right, right. Good boy. Tracker with this harness on is very docile, okay? Now, I'm gonna take the leash off, I'm gonna take the harness off, and he is in essence like a pet dog. But when you're ready to play, you're ready to bark, aren't you? See, he's a different dog, right? Oh boy, only I feed this dog. So if it's a pet dog, all the family members feed the dog. But when you're blind, you don't want the dog to become bonded with another person, because you might be walking down the street with the dog in harness and you're totally blind, and so you don't want the dog to lurch towards someone else that they also like. So no one feeds Tracker except me. Tracker is my eyes, and so if he doesn't stop where there's a change in elevation, if he doesn't stop where there's a hole, I am going to get hurt. You know, he knows where the door, you saw him turn toward my apartment, he knows that. And you know, that's some pretty sophisticated training. When I get home from work, the first thing I like to do is start brushing Tracker, because he's had a long day with me, and this is his reward. Isn't it, Tracker? Is that good? Mm-hmm. Thank you for the kiss. Oh, good boy. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Tracker. See, this is a little bit different than a pet dog, because, you know, you usually have eyesight and you don't kneel on their tail. Good boy. Oh, good boy. And this is good for bonding. It's good to get those oils moving all around, and Tracker never smells. People say to me, if you're in danger, would your dog protect you? And I often reply, he really wasn't trained to be a guard dog, but I think his natural instinct, because of the bond, would be to protect me. Think of all the blind people that would love to be able to do what I'm doing. And the only reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because of Tracker, because even if I had a cane, like up on that veranda, with a cane you're shoreline, you have to touch something. But Tracker just found the stairs for me. Did you notice that? Forward, Tracker. Forward, forward. And it takes a lot of confidence in your dog to do this. Tracker has given me freedom. I doubt that I would go to a store with a cane, because Tracker is trained to find the openings. So aisles in a store, that's great. He's going to just keep walking along the aisle. Good boy, good boy. And, you know, take me to a cash register or something. So Tracker's given me my freedom. But he's trained to find all the openings, to find the change in elevation, to find the elevator. He'll recognize an elevator and stop. So he has given me my independence. And the hardest thing to do when you first start working a dog is trust your dog, especially like on steps, because I fell down the escalator before I had Tracker at O'Hare Airport and I got hurt pretty badly. So for me, steps were like, I don't like this. Here we go, Tracker. And now we're pros, aren't we, Tracker? Now we're pros. Good boy. Something I forgot to tell you about guide dogs is that they help break the ice with people. So you mentioned everybody knows me. Imagine if I were just using a cane. Because people don't stop and talk to canes, but they surely will stop and talk to a dog, and then you get to know the person. One of my success stories psychologically was when I was truly able to come over here to the gym. Because when we first moved here, I thought, there's no way I can use that gym. How would I ever find it? And Tracker finds it for me. Good boy. That's a good boy. And now, for an hour, I work out in the gym, and Tracker just lays there and waits for me. And when he hears my voice, he stands up to say, oh, are we going to go now? So I've got 95 pounds on my left side all the time with Tracker. And some people told me that they thought my shoulders were starting to do this. So I work real hard to keep, good posture, to stand straight, keep my balance, and then core strength. Because I think if a person has core strength, they truly can enjoy their animal more. Now, imagine if you had eyesight and then suddenly you didn't. And you moved to a new place to live, and you wanted to go to a gym, and someone walked you over there, and you thought of all the different choices you would have. Which door you would go out of. Would you walk along the sidewalk? When you get in the open lot where the cars are, it's, how do I walk? Which way do I go? I had a guide dog trainer come with me the first time that I had Tracker to come here. And I learned the route with Tracker. A couple of times we did it, and after that it was like it was in his brain. And he knew the route. So he actually probably learned that route faster than I would have. And I just keep trusting Tracker, hoping he takes me where I want to go. And usually he always does. Well, Tracker and I, we're one, aren't we, buddy? As you can see, Tracker keeps me safe. He's my eyes. He's my mobility. He's my independence. And so when some people would say, when something happens to your guide dog and it comes time to replace the dog, it'll be very difficult. And at first, I really didn't know what they were saying. But as Tracker gets closer and closer to age 10, which is about the age you start to retire your dog, because we've worked a long time, we deserve to retire, so does a guide dog. And so when it does come time to retire Tracker, if this condominium association won't let me have him here, because they normally don't let you have two dogs, and he will no longer be a working dog, and if I have to give him to someone else, it will be so painful because it can't be someone that works, because he's not used to being home alone. It can't be someone that's going to stick him in a kennel because they travel. And as now that he's 7.5, soon to be 8, I start to think of those next 2 years. And it'll be time to say goodbye. And guess what? He doesn't like, did you notice what he just did? He walked away from me. Oh, no, you're going to kiss me. Sweet boy. Thank you. They say a dog has so many expressions on its face. I don't see those. But I sure do feel the tail wag when he wags his tail. And I sure do feel those kisses. My pet style would be, we're always together, and there's a time for play, there's a time to relax, and there's a time to work. And Tracker understands all three of those. And I am the most blessed person there is. Through blindness, I found myself, my work, and my dog.